All right, what's up? Cult report number. What are we on?
9,
Number 11. I was gonna say
11.
13, but it's Friday the 13th, and that is your boy's lucky number. We were born August 13th, and we're born 13 minutes apart. So that's our special sauce right there.
Today's our day.
It's our day. So do this little cult report update, yell on what we've been doing. And it's still nothing revolutionary, but again, that is kind of a lot of the point of business is you just do a lot of the things over and over again. That's why they're like, success is boring. But
Carry water, chop wood. Is that how the saying goes?
that's why it's our job to have fun with it. All right. All right.
See if this screen share hangs on today.
Yeah, all right. Looks like we're doing good. Not much to report on the leads side of things, but we have been getting good feedback on the rewards side for cult creators. So the coins with the box, specifically how if we send it in a box, then there's 2 open loops. If we just send 1 coin, it saves us a ton of headaches. But then if you only have 1 coin or 2 coins, then it doesn't really psychologically do much other than, wanting the coin. But if we have it in a box, and then as soon as you get 1, there's 2 open holes, then your brain is always going to have that open loop. And it's always going to feel like you haven't finished something. And so that's a big part of the magic. It's also a big part of the headaches. But
that's that Zeigarnik effect where
okay.
people, you create an open loop because then people want to solve it. So it creates motivation for action.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the effect. Yep. It's also dopamine.
That's the cult psychology.
Mm-hmm. We love a dopamine hitter.
It's also dope.
Dope.
It's just fun sending shit. It's our favorite part. If we could just have a business that does the rewarding of the milestones, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were just talking to Funk about that because he's hosting a summit, and he's like, well, how do I introduce some of this cult psychology? And he's like, I'm going to send a shirt for the VIP package, but like, what else can we do? And just responded to Sarah's email where she's going through like what you get, what digital badges we're going to be doing, what shirts, what Holy Fork, like what's going to go where. And it's like, yeah, this is what makes it come to life. It's not just an experience, but when you actually add the milestones, which become the proof loops, which become the incentives that get people continuing the behavior we want to see, then that's what makes it real and fun and an experience.
And physical. Everybody's used to everything being so digital, meeting up online communities, online classrooms, online coaching calls. When you send something in the mail, it becomes real.
People want to touch something. They want to wear something. They want to feel something. They want to represent. So
that's what we got going on.
So we got that going on. And then on the optimized side, it's kind of the same report that we've done like the past 4 weeks. But at this point now, every little detail of cult creating is placed, from attraction to engagement to retention. We have the artifacts that must be created, from like a setup checklist to a cult leader handbook to follow every day, every week, every month to know what to do, to the attraction side where you create the propaganda, where you create the offers. Like everything is placed. We know exactly how many modules, we know how many videos, we know all of the like downloads needed to happen. And so now it's just grind time.
As per last week's cult psychology, we were talking about what's the vagina. So that's what we've been focusing on for ourselves. Is you don't need the whole sex doll, you just need the vagina. So we like spent so much of our like past few years building up, trying a bunch of things so we could scale it down. So this is the final vagina of like what is critical and ignore the rest. 80-20. So making it easier for you guys. So yeah, that's coming together.
Again, because it's MRR. Like it's, if you can get the results, that gives you the revenue, right? That's why we're transformation over transaction, is we value that so highly that we've spent so many years trying to make it easier, that people can do it themselves, that they can go faster, that it just makes sense, because we want more wins, more results on the board.
I never realized it's M and R that help people with their MRR.
That's true. That's true. Some people say R and M though, but they'd be wrong.
It's all the same.
All right. On the lure side, I feel like the boys are back. We're coming alive. I feel like it's been a little bit of turtle time, trying to put it all together. So We're back to almost daily posting. That is the goal, is just get a post out, right? And so this has been a big move with us and with like happy hour and just everybody we're working on, is how can you just remove the friction, right? Steve's like, oh, the shorts take too much time getting no action. It's like, well, remove the friction. Like all the things that you're saying that you don't like to do or are not working. It's like, how do we just take that away? So for us, we're saying that we are natural writers. If we have thoughts, we're going to write them out. It's not going to be like Funk. He's just like, oh, get me on video and I'll just talk. It's like, no, we're internal processors. And that means removing friction is removing video. And the best text can be turned into videos later. But that's not going to be speed round is not videos. Speed round is words. And we've got a ton of words from Notion to Google Drive that we can just get out there. So that's on the content side. And because we're back to words, then I'm like, all right, well, X and Facebook, really easy to just send them out to those as well. And so we're kind of opening up more platforms, but it's just copy paste. So, por qué no? Why not?
Finding our tribe and finding our style, which includes collabs. So we're all about borrowing other people's audience and seeing what other people got going on. So we had a good catch up with Funk to see what he's doing with the membership side of things and tribe as we focus on community and cults. But it's all the same stuff. So we're looking to maybe put together a little retention specific product together, because as much as we love to focus on attraction and getting new members and the members that'll actually pay you and grow your MRR and all that good stuff, because we were primarily marketers with the void value on how to make money on the internet, or the retention side is a lot simpler and sexier, but that requires a smaller audience of people who are killing it and just want to kill it harder. And so therefore, that's not exactly the best niche for us to be starting in, but it would be the funnest. So
it's always kind of been ours, though. Like even when Durage was done and we went through everything, and it's like, well, obviously the attraction side is more helpful because 80 people on relaunch, cheaper ads. But still at the end, he's like, you guys are retention. And it's like, yeah, but attraction starts at retention. So you have
retention
to solve
starts at attraction.
Retention starts at, right. Yeah. But if you solve for retention, then it affects your attraction. But everything we focus on is on the retention side, which helps your attraction and engagement. And so we've always been on the retention side. It's just a lot harder to find those people because their pains are not as obvious.
And there's less of them.
Yeah. But we didn't need 100.
Exactly. Okay, so that's collabs. And then cult psychology. So the cult tip of the week, we talked about a ad campaign instead of like a cult psychology secret. And that's because I was on the toilet scrolling Instagram and I see this Angry Orchard ad where they are doing a giveaway, not just for a free 6-pack, but if you send your ex's abandoned shit, they'll send you a 6-pack in return. And so I thought that was great because they understand that if you want customer loyalty, it's not about a great product. Everyone has a great product. It's about getting people to buy into you and your brand so they have that association affinity with that product. So they could have just done a giveaway, gave away some free cider, but the fact that they like hitched their narrative on like a core enemy of the ex, specifically leaving that shit in your house, now they're helping you, like, it's like therapy by sending their shit, then getting something in return. You know, it's like a little catharsis, it's a little closure. But also, like, now when somebody gets dumped, they're probably thinking Angry Orchard. When they think about their ex, they might be thinking Angry Orchard. But their whole brand is angry, right? It's because they use the not so pretty apples so that they can have a more tart experience. So that's the whole angry branding, but they lean into it by demonizing your ex. So it's all very brilliant. Go check it out. And then the cult.
I was gonna say, it's also good in terms of, like we were just talking to Funk, like how the brand affects the positioning, or how the positioning really is the brand and what is branding. But like that positioning is such a huge piece. And so, yeah, just that angry piece is a really big differentiator and where they stick their flag, which then leads to the right kind of content and campaigns that obviously work for them. Like had that word been any different, then their whole positioning would be different. Their campaigns would be different.
Words are spells. That's why they call it spelling. Then the cult brand, since it's Valentine's Day week, then we went with Build-A-Bear, because they literally build with heart. And so it's their whole thing about they know that a teddy bear has the average order value of $5, but an experience has an average of like 45 to 450, right? Experiences are a lot more than products. And so by building a bear, they realized that they can have almost infinite upsells. And they call it Build a Bear Workshop because they're positioning it as an experience. And they have a clear indoctrination sequence as they move people through the experience that finishes with a ritual and a ceremony to bring it to life. And I think it's just absolutely genius how they milk the wallets of these parents from a $14 base teddy bear that averages $28 to $45 once they're at the checkout. So I think they do a really good job of cult branding, and yeah.
And it's also one of those, like, they must be saving money because it's a deconstructed product, right? Like they're getting the raw materials, like a thing of just raw fluff, and then hollowed out teddy bears. Hollowed out teddy bears must be cheaper than stuffed teddy bears and better quality control and like all these things. So I think they're saving money on the raw products and then charging more money because you put it together yourself. So I think it's brilliant. Almost like how the yellow craft, there's a whipped craft peanut butter that we had a few years ago. And we're just looking at all the ways this is brilliant because it's lighter. It's therefore cheaper because it's stuffed with air. So there's actually less peanut butter, which makes the product lighter. So it's cheaper to ship. And they used no ink on the lid to make it a different looking product than like the green tops and the red tops. And it's inkless, so that must be cheaper too. And then they charged it as a premium because it's a whipped dippable product. So all these companies were saving money and charging extra, are like double profiting.
Which isn't really the community business model where you want to give everything somebody needs to achieve that result, and then you just charge extra for the amount of support on top of that. So it's not exactly transferable, but the cult psychology principles are there and worth stealing. So that's what we got this week. Hopefully next week we got some better updates, but always fun to check in and see what's going on.
Now it's time to build out those modules so we can just go hard in the paint.
The fun stuff.
Yeah, that's all marketing.
And buy some coins.
It was like 12 years ago where it was like, I just want a method so that we can just market it. We just want to market a method that we have as our own. And then we realized, no, we just really like creating shit. So that's why it's kind of doing both now.
Now it's about getting it done so we can put the seal of approval on it and actually just stop fucking with it.
Maybe build that badge. C Corp.
A C Corp. Yeah. Cult certified.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great idea. Yep. No shortage of ideas on where we can take it.
Yeah, we just got to keep taking it.
It's bright. Just keep taking it.
All right. And we'll just keep fumble fucking forward, just like you guys. So sound off below. What are you guys working on? Where are you at? And let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
All right. Happy Friday.